Today we've got an absolute banger again. We're gonna review the games of Virgil, who is currently top 83 in the Axie Arena leaderboard, and he's got 2.9k MMR, and the team that he's running is a Poison team. Yes, Poison is still good in Season 19. Now, you cannot watch these replays on Axie Zone anymore because Axie Infinity has disabled that, but Virgil has been nice enough to send us those replays, so make sure you give him a follow on Twitter as well as on Twitch. And before we jump into the first game, let's hear from the sponsors. And the sponsor for this video is none other than NFG Guild, a guild that I have been a part of since the creation of this channel, and they have a mint happening on the 6th of December, 7 AM UTC, and that's going to be a utility NFT token which will allow NFG Guild to employ more scholars. And if you hold this chibi, you yourself can earn revenue from these scholars just by holding this chibi. So a fair mint is going to happen on the 6th of December, and when it comes to chibis themselves, there's only going to be 8,888 of them created, so holding one will be very valuable. There's going to be different attributes. You can see tier 1 attribute is going to have 10% floor buyback, tier 3 is going to get you revenue from the scholars, and attribute 2 is going to give you 5% royalty shares. So all of them are going to have different attributes. The mint price currently stands at 0.08 ETH, and it's coming on the December 6th. And when it comes to the roadmap, they have a very extensive roadmap. In Q4 2021, they still want to deploy 1,000 scholars. In Q1, 1,500 scholars, and that's not it. They want to move over to different games as well. They have partnered up with LP's Battle, which is another play to earn game, and they are still exploring more play to earn games. So it's not just going to be Axie Infinity Scholars. It will also be listed on CoinMarketCap as well as CoinGecko. And last sponsor video that we did, they only had 2 partners. Now they have 5 partners. So if you are interested in minting a chibi and making yourself some revenue from holding an NFT token and be closer to the Axie Infinity Scholar system, then you can join them on Discord and find out how that's going to work. But remember, mint wave happening on the 6th of December, 7 AM UTC, and let's jump into the first game of Virgil. In the first game, Virgil is facing a double sandal team. So we can see right here at the front, his opponent does have a Parasite, Pumpkin, Cattail, and Sirius. Decent set of cards to discard your opponent, but if your opponent is running a bug with discards, you have the Cattail to get some card draws. In the mid lane, he has a bug that also has a sandal and a double discard. And right at the back, he has another discard on an Aqua, a sandal, Star Shuriken, and Koi as well. And Virgil is running a Poison team, like I have mentioned, and Virgil has right at the back a Dusk that has the Heal, Wingshot, Chomp, and Grass Snake. In the middle, what he has is a Reptile with Twin Needle, Cerastes, Garish, and a Sneaky Raid, and at the front he has a double discard Yam Plant. So let's see how he navigates this team to hopefully take the win. First round, he goes for the backdoor with Garish to stack some poisons on this Aqua. Now the Aqua doesn't have any heals, so getting a poison stack as quick as you can will have a lot of value. Then he goes for 1 discard from the plant as well. Second round, his opponent skips. He goes for the Yam as well as the Parasite, again taking damage from the Aqua and discarding your opponent a little bit. Not gonna matter that much because he did skip twice, so he's still sitting on plenty of cards. Now his opponent does retaliate with a Pincer, Parasite, and a Soulstar, dealing just a little bit of damage into the plant, and then the bug will be close to finishing him off. That's like a quadruple discard, so Virgil is not sitting pretty on cards. He's only got 2. Now he will go all the way back up to 5. Does go for the Yam, Pumpkin. No, he doesn't. No, yeah, he does. I was looking at the wrong cards. His opponent goes for the Zigzag Cattail, and unfortunately he will not get any value from that Pumpkin. Does get some value from the Yam. You can see the Aqua is already half health, and he can now target the bug with the Wing Shot, double Grass Snake, and then a Chomp. So you can see stacking those poison as well as ticking that Aqua right from the back. Now he will try to finish that Aqua off, going for the Toothless Raid to go with the Cerastes and Garish to deal as much damage as we can into this Aqua. With the Reptile, you want the Reptile to be quite slow. You can see that this Reptile is 41 speed. That way you can always trigger the extra damage bonus from the Cerastes. So always look for a slow Reptile if you are playing a Poison team. Now his opponent again goes for Pincer and a Sandal. Fortunately this time he doesn't have any cards to discard. They are both sitting on 0 energy. and Virgil will be drawing the healing cards that he doesn't really need to use, therefore he's just gonna skip this turn. Now he goes for the poison with the double jump to put up a decent bit of shield and another poison stack on the plant. Now his opponent decides to put up a massive wall of shield on the bug, but Virgil did not go for the bug. So a very good read from him, going for the plant as he wouldn't deal any damage to that bug. Again, he gets discarded, so he's sitting on 4 energy, but not that much damage. Now he goes for the wing shot and the chump. I'm not sure why his opponent didn't play the fish stack. Maybe he didn't want to waste it. He just wants to play 1v1 with his plant, as he does have the zigzag. But unfortunately, the zigzag does not heal as much as the shrooms do. So in a Blood Moon scenario, the Dusk is simply going to win. As you can see, the plant heals for 70 twice and goes for the discard as well. But if he does manage to draw the shrooms, he will be safe. So we can see he goes for the double jump. First jump is gonna stun and take some of the shield down. Second jump going straight for the health. Shrooms are gonna take some of his health back based on the poison sticks, poison ticks, not sticks. And then with the zigzag, he's just going to kill himself because the poison attacks before he can heal up. So that's the first game of a poison team. You can still see that it works very well. It's a variation of the poison team. It's not as basic as it used to be in season 18. Now you need some discards, you need some heals. A little bit more of a creative team when it comes to the poison deck. In game number 2, Virgil is facing versus a poison team as well. Now his opponent does have the healing aroma at the front and then double juggling balls. Now the juggling balls are nice with the grass snake, but they're not that nice on the Dusk anymore, as the Dusk have very low skill. Therefore the damage from juggling balls is not as good as on a mech, for example, because the skill formula has changed. Now in round number 1, Virgil does go for the pumpkin or double pumpkin. I did not see, I think it was a double pumpkin, and his opponent skips, therefore he's sitting on 5 energy, and he does go for the backdoor straight away with poison, juggling balls and Cerastes. The Cerastes do deal extra damage as this Dusk is slower. Our Dusk did drop down all the way to just 130 health, but what we do have is double shrooms. Therefore we can heal back up. So I don't really see the point of going for the backdoor if you know you don't have enough damage to kill it right away, especially that he has the heals. Seems like this was quite a bit of a mistake. They all decide to just heal up and skip the rest of this round, not going for any more damage. And now in round 4, his opponent is going to go for the wing shot together with the juggling balls, poison and a chomp. Decent set of damage. We try to go for the back door, but unfortunately because we are chomped, we're not going to be able to. We're just going to attack the front, giving this plant some poison stacks, but the Cerastes is not going to deal any extra damage. So we leave the plant on 300 health, and then he can heal back up to 360. We do manage to discard him, and you can see the card advantage that we have right now. The opponent is sitting on 2 cards on each Axie. That's not enough to go for a combo. There's no need to go for a combo on the back door because he's gonna heal back up again, and then on the mid lane you're obviously not gonna kill this reptile with just 2 cards, so there's no point to playing any cards. Now his opponent does have a set of cards for the backdoor, but what he needs to do is clear that stun first, and he does manage to do that, but at the cost of taking quite a lot of damage on his backdoor. You can see the Twin Tail dealing 100 damage as a 0 cost, hence why it's probably better to use than the Grass Snake. Now in round number 7, he attacks the plant, which is quite surprising. Not something that I would have done, maybe because I'm not playing a poison team on the daily. The Yam unfortunately does counter the Twin Tail, as you do attack twice. That means you're gonna put 2 poison stacks on yourself. Round number 8, quite a long game when it comes to facing poison teams. Everyone is sitting on a decent number of poison stacks. But the good thing is that Virgil does have a heal, and with the heal he can trade a little bit more efficiently, as the poison stacks are not gonna affect him as much. His opponent does go for quite a lot of damage, almost killing the plant. I think the Yam and the Aroma is gonna be enough to kill him, but his back lane Dusk and his mid lane Dusk is ticking lower and lower. Now we add another tick on this plant, go for the heal ourselves, and we enter the Blood Moon Curse. The opponent goes for the back door with wing shot. juggling balls, and then the chomp as well, which is gonna deal a lot of damage, but I don't think it's quite enough to go for the kill. Maybe it's last stand. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's last stand actually. So let's see how Virgil navigates this team to take the win, and going for the double garish and for the Cerastes, and this is simply not going to be the win. So a very, very close game. But Virgil does not manage to win it, and you can see that even juggling balls, poison still work very well, meaning that this team has been a little bit underrated in my opinion. People have moved away from it a little bit too quickly in Season 19. Let's see how much this team costs if you want to build it for yourself. Right at the front, what we have is a Yam Parasite, Pinsa, I think, and then we obviously have the pumpkin as well on our plant. And that way we have 57, I believe, health. Yes, 57 health. So a plant like this does cost $290. And then in the mid lane, what we have is a slow reptile that has the Cerastes, the grass snake. It also has the twin tail. It doesn't have the grass snake. It does have the twin tail. It has the garish, and it does have the toothless raid. So let's see how much a reptile like this costs. $350 for the cheapest one that has 41 speed. You could go for something like this that has 40, and then maybe even for something that has 38 speed as well. Could be very, very good for the Cerastes, and that's $360. And right at the back, what we have is a grass snake. Now we have the wing shot. Let's see how much this wing shot dusk is. We also have the shit take. I know that's how you not pronounce it, but don't really care. And on the mouthpiece, we obviously have the chomp, and the dusk like this is going to cost you $518. Maybe this one has already sold, or it's not the best one to buy. It hasn't sold already. It's a virgin, but it does have 45 speed. Let's see if we can find something better. These are quite expensive. 47 speed, 48 speed, all virgins going for $700-800. So you can see why this one is a little bit better. It is more expensive, and it hasn't been bred as much. So if you want to buy this team, maybe it's a good idea to just wait for the prices to drop, as it is quite expensive right now. And let's jump into the last and final game of this episode and see if Virgil can make it 2-1 for the day. So in the third and final game of this episode, Virgil is facing he's facing a double plant and a backdoor twin tail bird that has 35 skill. Therefore, you can make good use from that twin tail. We usually go for 4 or 5 games, but because this poison team does take a lot of time to finish the games, we might have to cut it short with just 3 games. It's still gonna be about a 20-minute episode. In round 3, they still haven't done that much damage. The plant is at around half health. He goes for the twin tail and the toothless raid on the plant. I don't really see the point of going for the toothless raid. I'm not sure what the idea behind that was. Doesn't seem too good. He goes for the shroom. Also not quite sure, maybe he was expecting a full combo to come from the bird this time. Bit of a prediction play from Virgil. Doesn't matter that much, but he does lose quite a lot of health on his plant. Does stun up this the middle plant of his opponent, but that is not going to matter at all, because he still loses his front lane plant. Now he goes for the stun again, and he does take the mid lane plant all the way down to 220 health. Apologies for that one. And his opponent is sitting on plenty of energy. I mean, 6 energy versus the 2 energy of Virgil. Not going so smoothly so far. He does go for the toothless together with the Cerastes and the double twin tail. Let's see if that is going to be enough to finish that bird off. I don't think it is. Double 38 and then 38 again. We are not going to kill that bird, unfortunately, and the opponent can go for the twin tail scarab cute bunny, which will finish off our reptile, unfortunately. And let's see if this dusk for $700 is good enough to make it 1v3. Now, because we only have 2 energy, he does go for the reptile play. That is quite cheeky. I mean, it takes balls. It really does take balls to go for that play. I mean, his opponent could have a twin tail. Maybe he couldn't. I didn't count the cards. Goes for the wing shot together with grass snake and the chomp, almost killing the mid lane plant. Now let's see how they manage to play this game. He goes for the wing shot again. Good card draw to allow him to do that, and he can kill that back lane plant using the stun together with the wing shot. Now the serious bone sail and a cactus does deal quite a lot of damage into our Dusk, but what we do have is the double heal. Let's see if he goes for the double heal. Yes, he does. Poison on top of it, so 3 stacks of poison now and a double heal for 120, pretty much nullifying all the damage that this plant dealt in the last round. He goes for the serious again, but we only had 2 energy for the last couple of rounds, so there's not really a point of playing serious other than the 30 shield that it gives. We go for the double chomp, ignoring the shield on the second one. Doesn't really matter that much. He still has 4 poison stacks on him, and going for the Cattail will simply finish him off, and Virgil does manage to go for 2-1 on the day. So hopefully with these games from Virgil, you guys see that Poison team is still very much so viable. He has managed to climb to top 100 in Axie Infinity leaderboards only using this team. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. All of my socials are going to be linked in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for daily Axie Infinity content, and all of the socials of Virgil are also going to be linked, so check him out as well. Thank you very much for sending the replays, and I will see you in the next one.